So what we're going to do, so we're going to understand the box plot first of all. So let me just type box plot here. Okay, we're going to understand box plot, and what we're going to do. So first of all, what how the box plot looks like. So let me show you. This is how it is going to be look like, and I'm going to explain you each and every step out of it. Okay, so let's have this, and we are having a minimum here, we are having a maximum here, and then we are having q1 and q3, let's say, and we are going to have a line. Okay, I'll explain you what these are. So first of all, so what this is how a box plot looks like. And here q1, min represents minimum, max represents maximum, q1 represents the 25 percentile of the data. Okay, q1 represents the 25 percentile of the data, q3 represents the 75 percentile of the data. Okay, and what happens is we are going to calculate a median out of it. Okay, so this is the median. Okay, and you can call it as 50 percentile, it's not percentage. Okay, so this whole diagram is just a single box plot. This is how a single box plot looks like. Okay, and it is just having this single distribution. So what it does is it splits the data into four parts, which is minimum, maximum, q1 and q3. Okay, and the middle box is known as interquartile range. Let me type it here. This is known as not like this, let's light it some right above here. Okay, interquartile range, which is interquartile range. Okay, or we can say IQR. Okay, interquartile range, which is IQR, and q1 represents the 25 percentile, q3 represents the 75 percentile, and median, this particular middle line between, is representing the 50 percentile, which is basically median, which you call as median. Okay, then what this middle line does is it splits the data into two parts. Okay, the first part is going to be before the median line, and the other part is going to be after the median line. Okay, other side of the median line. And then we'll be having a minimum and maximum value. The minimum value is calculated by the formula, which is q1 minus 1.5. Okay, 1.5 asterisk interquartile range. Okay, in the same way, maximum is calculated as q2 minus 1.5 interquartile range. Okay, so this is how you're going to calculate it. And anything outside it, any data point outside this, is going to be called as outliers. Outliers means the unexpected data in the data set, or the data which is not being expected. Okay, so anything outside this is going to be known as outliers. I'll be talking about outliers in a much more detail in the future lectures, but just for now, just understand any unexpected data is known as outliers. Okay, so we have the range between this minimum and maximum, and whatever the data is outside these range is going to be called as outliers. Okay, so this is how the box plot all works, but you don't need to worry about the mathematical stuff. Everything will be calculated by the Python. You just have to call the box plot method, and everything is going to be calculated. Okay, that is why I always say that you don't need to be a very expert in mathematics. You just need to know the basics. Just have the basics of mathematics, everything is good to go. So let me just save this one. Okay, I'll say the box plot. Let's replace the image here. Okay, and now let's continue with the session. Now let's continue with the implementation of the box plot. Okay, so let's continue with it. So how you'll be implementing the box plot, which is sns.boxplot, and simply, as you can see the documentation, it is having draw a box plot to show the distribution with respect to categories, and all these explanation is given to you. Okay, and you can give your data, okay, like x and y, but I'll tell you the format. Okay, there is a format of giving the data. So let's give the first element as the first column as sex. Okay, and the other column as the age, let's say. And just remember one thing: for the box plot, x should be categorical value and y should be continuous feature. That means x should be some kind of category and y should be some kind of continuous feature, like you know ages are continuous feature, they are not categories, there is no category in ages. Okay, like rupees or something. Okay, that is what the continuous feature is. Categorical means there are some categories, and the continuous feature means there are some kind of continuous values. Okay, there is no categories, there is just continuous values. Let me just give it here. X should be x should be x should be categorical, and y should be a continuous feature. Okay, y should be continuous feature, and you also have to give data is equal to data frame. You have to mention the data frame also. Okay, and now as you can see, it is given you the required data frame. Okay, and now we can see the distribution of ages based on sex 0 and sex 1. That means male, female and male. Okay, so it's a very good thing, you know, it's a very beautiful thing. As you can see in the box plot, that we are having this box, this is the median line, and this is the minimum, and this is the maximum we have. This is, sorry, this is the minimum and this is the maximum we have. Okay, and right now it is not having any kind of outliers, otherwise it will show you some kind of dots here. Okay, right now in our data set we don't have any kind of outliers, otherwise it would have shown you the dots here. Okay, but this is how the box plot looks like, and as you can see that you know the females, the male, sorry, okay, the one was male, right? Let me show at the above, the one was male, yeah. So the male is around you know the median age is 55 or something. Okay, and this is the 50%, this is the 75%, and this is the 25%, and this is the 52%. As you can see, this is the range of you know the one which is the male sex. Okay, and in the 0 and in the female part, as you can see, it is above 55. Okay, so that is what the box plot is all about, but it is much more reading to it. Right now it is very less, but in the future lectures we are going to read more about these.